everybody. It's Friday the 13th, one of my lucky days. I happen to have 365 of them, and this happens to be one of them. So, hey, we're going to cover two cool areas, two topics, as we always do today. So let's jump right in. Friday the 13th, baby. Well, the first topic is about artificial intelligence, and it's inspired by a HBR article. You know I'm a big fan. It's entitled how AI is helping companies making deeper human connections. And, you know, there's a lot of dystopian kind of work out there about, you know, the scary parts of AI and taking away our humanness. And, you know, we need to be thoughtful and wary and skeptical, and there are ethical issues around AI and machine learning for sure. The one thing, though, that I really want to start to encourage you to think about in your role, whatever you are, is to understand that AI is here, machine learning is here right now, and it's showing up every day more and more in our everyday lives. The interesting things is oftentimes we're now becoming not even aware that we are. I mean, in some ways, the AI is becoming so good that we don't even know if we're talking to a human or to a bot. And, you know, that is really, in a lot of ways, can be very, very positive. Let's talk about some of the positive aspects of that. So the one side of AI and machine learning is that it ought to remove work that's not desirable for whatever reason. Either it's mind-numbing or, frankly, unsafe, even dangerous. Bots and machines ought to do that work whenever possible. But let's move beyond that to advancing humankind and talk about that. If we're thoughtful about this, is that we can really kind of create these characteristics in bots through machine learning and through the use of words and language that can really encourage us, motivate us, and frankly, coach us. And I'll give you a real life example. Belongify is a company that, as you may know, that Garrett and I and a few other people have founded to promote the importance of belonging at work towards contribution and to get greater results and of bringing the best of ourselves into the workplace. And we're working with Ereto Labs, founded by the wonderful Lana Cuthbertson and her partner, Casey Machen, around a bot that can be there to nudge, just a positive nudge. And you ever met that really great person who puts a smile on your face, kind of like a friend you look forward to seeing too? There's always kind of a bit about, it feels like they know you a little bit. They're not judgmental. They're just where to nudge and help you move forward. Well, that's the way we want the Belongify bot to be. We want it to put a smile on your face as it shows up in some way just to nudge you forward around conditions for belonging. And we think that's going to be pretty cool. And then just the other day, I'm a mentor for this wonderful group called the Unreasonable Group. And a number of mentors showed up to help one of the companies called Cognition. Barry Keaton's the CEO, and it's spelled with a C, Cognition with a C. Cognition.com. They are doing incredible work on coaching, digital coaching. Look, many of us can't afford to pay for coaches. And there will always be a role for human coaches, for sure. And there always should be. The end with that, though, is how do we scale digital coaching to help with that? Can we do that? And Barry's showing that you can. And so there's another example right in our wheelhouse every day, where right now, that bots are channeling the wonderful side of us as humans to help us continue to grow and progress as humans. So that's really worth thinking about. I hope you dig into the HBR article. And yeah, you know what? Don't be thinking about this as the future. You know, right now, it doesn't matter what role you're in. Think about it right now. Be in the middle of it. Find out how it's happening in your organization or where it could be and how you might be able to be part of it, all towards advancing us as people. All right, let's go running into our next topic. All righty, second topic. Oh gosh, this is such a great topic. You know, this is why I just love doing these hot topics. This is about, I guess I'm on an HBR roll or a Harvard Business Review roll this week. And this is by someone by the name of Dane Jensen, who published this just a couple of days ago. And a great article around how do you turn a team or a team member's frustration into positive motivation. And this is one of the best summaries that I've ever experienced. That's why I was excited to share it with you. Look, A lot of times as a leader or as a team member, you run into your pissed off colleagues. Something has happened. They've missed a promotion that they thought was going to happen. They were not given recognition again from something that thought they would get some acknowledgement from, and it went right by them and was like they weren't even there. Or they were criticized on something unfairly, perhaps, or they thought was unfair, whatever. There's lots of frustrations. And so how do you, as a colleague or as a coach, navigate that? Well, a lot of times, and I've done this myself, this is why I think this is so helpful, we kind of feel like we want to contain it. It's like, hey, I hear you. I'm going to be a listener. It'll get better. Don't worry. It'll go away. Or we kind of jump on the pity bandwagon with them. Yeah, I feel like you too. Those guys suck. This Jensen gives a really thoughtful guidance, and I want to share them at a very high level with you, and you'll want to dig in a little bit more. One is, rather than containing the emotion, really find a way to help the person you're listening to name it, to describe it, to release it, and to be really aware of how they're really feeling, and to get them to name whether it's anger or disappointment, not to squelch it, not to, suffocate it, allow it to be described and to literally be named, and to help that person get that out. And that's why they've come to you in the first place, right? They are feeling enormously frustrated. Now, the second thing is to really help them move from self-critic to self-coach. And there's real difference in language, right? Self-critic all of a sudden then goes to blame. I should have done that. I did. That was dumb. Blah, 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 blah. The self-coach comes at it, and you try to nurture out the productive kind of way of thinking about the learning. Remember, because blame is waste. Shame is even, frankly, more toxic. So it's about truly, how do you help the inner coach in them come to be curious and to be a self-aware learner? What a great, don't rob them of that opportunity then to take that named frustration and then move into self-coaching, but keep it away from containment in a negative way and moving into self-criticism, right? You want more of this and less of that. The third thing is then really be helpful to them is help them translate those feelings and that inner coaching into action. The how might you and what if and have you considered? And wouldn't it be cool if? Or help them describe that. Ask a few how might you questions, what if questions, help them come out and turn it into action. You do those three things, and you're going to help all those frustrations that are out there all the time, every day. And, it doesn't matter how senior you are. I'm long in the tooth, and most of my hair is not even gray. It's fallen out, as you know. I always am learning about this stuff and how to deal with this stuff more effectively. Keep practicing. Leadership is a practice. Oh, I love this article. Very practical, really helpful. And man, there's lots of frustration floating around these days. So, be a frustration champ. Help turn it into positive action. Hope those two articles help. Hey, maybe even AI can help with dealing with frustration. We'll get more help in the future. Anyway, hope you love the articles as always. Hope you love the thinking that we can bring to the conversation. You always bring more conversation to us, more insight to us. As always, join us on our socials, YouTube channel, belongify.com, LorneRubis.com, buy the darn culture course, for heaven's sakes. And join us, try to get Belongified. You're going to love the experience. Hang out with us, and we'll hopefully see you not on Friday the 13th, but on Friday the 20th. Thanks, and bye for now.